Hi, I'm Mike Ernest, and I had asked Sean to reach out to your organization just to get a little bit more information about you guys. In order for her to call you, something came across my desk, or I'd heard about you in some capacity. And what I'm trying to do is just be as efficient as possible to see if it makes sense for us to have a conversation. And so what I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for companies who really feel like they have a product or service that is up here, and their current results in terms of what they're really wanting to see in terms of revenues or customer acquisition or customer retention, is down here. And this gap is kind of disturbing, because what that helps me do is it helps me understand that I've got a company that I don't have to worry about the service. You got that covered, because obviously if you're an attorney, I can't help you being a lawyer. But what I can do is two things. The first one is I can give you a new lens that you've never looked through your organization from before. And that lens will show you the couple of conversation types, maybe 2, 3, that really impact the health and quality and vitality of your company. Meaning that there are only a few conversation types that when the conversation goes well, the outcome goes well, it has a direct and positive and kind of a significant impact in your organization. If the conversation doesn't go well or doesn't get the outcome it's looking for, it has obviously a reverse negative impact. And so having the ability to understand that a lot of the chaos and all the million conversations really distill down into a few critical conversations is step one. It also then, by having that, you get to do kind of step two, and that is you look at it going, how are we doing there? How effective are our people? And oftentimes I can't even get through the explanation of step one before people have thoughts coming into their mind around, just terrible conversations they heard their people say or had with their customers or with prospective customers, or in internal meetings in terms of just group dynamics. And so what I'm looking for is that feeling, that acknowledgement of saying, yeah, I've got good people, and typically they're good socially, but when we get into these really important conversations where the outcome really is going to matter and it will affect the overall well-being of the company, they don't perform as well as they either could or that they need to. And so if you have that feeling going on and you've got a product and service that really matters, then I'd love to talk about the second thing that I do, and that is that I help instill a culture in an organization where they become and they see themselves as needing and wanting to be masterful at having those conversations. I literally use a training program that only requires 4 hours of actual training time. I spread it out over 4 weeks, an hour a week of training time. But you give me 4 hours of your people's time over 4 weeks, and I will truly implement a program that changes the culture and the methodology by which they see and how they approach and how they execute on those calls or conversations that really matter. And that level of focus on those critical conversations has a return on investment that's beyond words. I'm not worried about the program. I'll be happy to tell you more about that. And again, that's all good. The real question I'm trying to answer is, do you have a company with a product or service that truly is there's that delta that you feel like this thing deserves to be better and is disturbing? And then do you even realize from kind of the quick explanation that when you think of your people and how they perform in some of these conversations that are really important to your company, that you just have this gut feeling like, yeah, they need to be better. I completely understand where you didn't think of training, and I wouldn't either, quite frankly, because typically training is time intensive, it's costly, it rarely even creates the results you're looking for. But I'm not worried about that. We'll have that conversation. I'll even put in risk reversals that if you're not happy and don't get exactly what you're thinking of, then you won't even pay for it. So all kinds of great things to talk about in terms of how we could work together. But what I can't do is qualify you in those two first parts. Are you worthy of it? And then do you see that there's a delta even without even digging into the details? But do you just have that feeling like, yeah, I know if there was something smart that I could do with my people, I know they could do better than what they're doing right now in those critical types of conversations. If so, I'd love to talk to you. feel free to give me a call. Talk, obviously reach back to Sean. One way or another, let's have a chat if you feel like it makes sense. Thanks.